Ever accidentally deleted something and wished you could get it back? Like a super important file.
Happens to the best of us.
Well, imagine needing to recover that deleted data, but it's like evidence in a crime investigation.
Ah, you're talking about digital forensics.
Exactly. And that's our deep dive today. We're breaking down this booming career path with insights from RoleCatcher.
Perfect timing, too, because it's a field that's just exploding right now.
So true. So for anyone who pictures like a dark room filled with computer screens and hackers in hoodies.
Yeah, the Hollywood version.
Yeah. What's a more realistic picture of what a digital forensics expert actually does?
Think of it as a blend of tech skills and classic detective work.
Interesting.
You're analyzing data from computers, phones, servers, the cloud, you name it, to uncover the truth.
So it's not just about recovering deleted files.
It's just one piece of the puzzle. You might be investigating cybercrime, corporate espionage, even tracking down missing persons.
Wow, so the stakes can be really high.
Absolutely. And every case is different, which keeps things interesting.
Okay, so walk us through a hypothetical scenario. Let's say a bank suspects they've had a data breach. What's the first thing a digital forensics expert would do?
Well, the first thing is you have to make sure you don't contaminate any evidence.
Right, like putting those little booties on your shoes at a crime scene.
Exactly. So you'd create a forensically sound copy of their systems. We're talking about an exact duplicate of their servers, hard drives, everything.
Like a digital fingerprint.
Exactly. That way you're not working on the original data and potentially altering evidence.
Okay, so you've got your digital fingerprint. Now what?
Now, the real detective work begins. You dive into mountains of data, and trust me, it can be massive.
We're talking gigabytes, terabytes.
Terabytes, even petabytes sometimes. And you're meticulously sifting through it all, looking for any trace of the breach.
So you're searching for clues, but instead of footprints, it's lines of code.
Think of it like piecing together a shattered digital mirror.
Okay, I like that.
You're looking for patterns, anomalies, anything out of the ordinary.
What kind of things are we talking about here? Give us some examples.
Sure. Maybe you need to recover deleted files, retrace the steps of a hacker to see how they got in, or even reconstruct a timeline of events.
To figure out what happened and who was responsible.
Exactly. And of course, you need to meticulously document everything.
So it holds up in court if needed.
You got it.
Wow, so attention to detail is key here. This is serious business, this is fascinating, but let's be real, it can't all be exciting data recovery. Are there any downsides to this line of work?
Oh, absolutely. For all the cool tech and problem solving, there's a very real human side to this job.
What do you mean?
Well, you're dealing with the aftermath of crimes, breaches, sometimes even tragedies. Imagine uncovering evidence of child exploitation.
Oh gosh, yeah, that would be tough.
It's not something you just shake off. So resilience is key in this field, for sure.
I bet. What else is important besides, like you said, a strong stomach?
You need a strong ethical compass. That's a big one.
Yeah.
And the ability to detach emotionally when you need to.
To protect yourself.
Exactly. Plus, this field is constantly changing. Like, the tech landscape is always evolving, so you need to be a lifelong learner, constantly adapting to new technologies, new tactics used by cyber criminals.
Right, because the criminals aren't just sitting around either.
Not at all. It's a digital arms race out there.
So how does someone even begin to climb the ranks in a field like this? Where do you even start?
Well, you could start as an entry-level analyst, assisting on cases, getting a feel for the work.
Okay.
Then, as you gain more experience, you could lead your own investigations, maybe specialize in a certain area like, network forensics or mobile device analysis.
So you can become an expert in, like, deciphering the data trails left on the dark web.
Exactly. Or you could focus on recovering data from damaged devices, things like that.
So you can really carve out your own niche in this field. But let's get practical. What skills do you absolutely need to break into digital forensics?
A strong foundation in computer science is non-negotiable.
Makes sense.
You need to understand how operating systems work, file systems, network protocols, all of that.
Okay, so knowing how data packets travel across the internet.
Yeah, that's network protocols. And it's crucial for tracing the origin of a cyber attack, for example.
So being tech savvy is a must. What about those softer skills? The ones you don't learn in a computer science class?
Just as crucial. Remember, you're not just dealing with data, you're dealing with people, too. You need sharp analytical skills, problem-solving skills.
Right, to piece together those digital puzzles.
Exactly. Attention to detail, that's huge in this field. One missed clue can make or break a case. And don't underestimate communication skills.
Because you might have to explain your findings to a jury someday.
Exactly. You need to be able to explain complex technical stuff in a way that anyone can understand, both in writing and verbally.
Okay, so we've established that you need a solid mix of tech skills and people skills. What about formal education? Are we talking boot camps, bachelor's degrees?
A bachelor's degree in a related field is a great starting point. Computer science, cybersecurity, even criminal justice can be helpful.
Okay.
And then a lot of digital forensics experts will get specialized certifications too.
So it's like getting certified in a specific forensic technique like DNA analysis, but for the digital world.
That's a great way to put it. And
Yeah.
those certifications can give you a real edge in the job market. Speaking of finding the right job, that's where a platform like RoleCatcher can be really valuable.
Right. Their platform isn't just about those career guides. It's about helping you land that dream job too.
Exactly.
So how does RoleCatcher specifically help someone break into digital forensics?
Think of it as your digital career coach. RoleCatcher streamlines the entire job search process. So instead of, bouncing between different job boards,
Right.
their platform aggregates postings from tons of different sources, which saves you so much time and effort.
Okay, that's already super helpful. What else?
And here's where it gets really cool. Their platform actually analyzes job descriptions to identify the specific skills that employers are looking for.
Wow.
And then it scores your resume against those requirements, even highlights any skills gaps you might have.
So you're not just sending out those generic applications anymore. You're really targeting your approach based on what employers want. That's amazing.
Precisely. You can even use their resume builder to create tailored versions for each application, emphasizing the skills that matter most for that specific role.
It's like having a secret weapon for your job search.
That's a great way to put it.
But what about the interview process itself? That can be nerve-wracking, especially in a technical field like this.
For sure. Interviews can be daunting. That's where RoleCatcher's massive question database comes in. We're talking over 120,000 interview questions, all tailored to specific careers and skills, including digital forensics.
120,000 questions. Wow, that's a lot. They've got to have pretty much every question an interviewer could ask in there.
It's seriously impressive. And these aren't just like generic interview questions either. RoleCatcher gives you insights into what those interviewers are really looking for in a digital forensics expert.
Okay, so you're not just memorizing answers, you're actually understanding what's behind them.
Exactly. You can craft answers that really showcase your skills and experience. And if you want to take your prep even further, they have AI-powered feedback that can analyze your practice responses.
Oh, wow.
It's like having a personal coach right there on your computer.
And they even have that video practice feature, right? So you can actually see how you come across on camera, which, let's face it, that's so important these days.
It's huge. Acing an interview isn't just about what you say, it's how you say it. Your body language, your confidence, all of it matters. RoleCatcher gives you the tools to really refine your answers, polish your delivery, so you can walk into that interview feeling super confident.
It sounds like RoleCatcher provides an incredible toolkit for anyone who's serious about a career in digital forensics. I mean, we've covered the skills, the education, the job search, even the interview process. It's been a really incredible deep dive into this fascinating field.
It really is a fascinating field, and it's constantly evolving too, which I think makes it both challenging and incredibly rewarding.
Absolutely. So to all of our listeners out there, if you're even a little intrigued by the idea of becoming a digital detective, uncovering those hidden stories and data, remember that the journey starts with a single step. Do your research, develop those skills, and who knows, maybe you'll be the one cracking those complex digital cases someday.
And remember those resources like RoleCatcher that are there to help guide you along the way.
Couldn't agree more. That wraps up our deep dive into the world of digital forensics. We hope you found it insightful, maybe even inspiring. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep.